Well, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your twin flame reading. It's an all signs reading for the weekend of the 16th and 17th of September 2022. Now, remembering this may not resonate with everybody, there'll be elements of the reading that some people will see is part of their message that they're meant to see. I wanted to do this particular reading. It's an all signs reading because going into the weekend sometimes, there are things that can be triggering for people. And so it's good to just kind of tap into the energy and see what's coming through and see if there's any messages coming through. We've got a lot of planetary movement at the moment. We've got Mercury in retrograde, which is causing a lot of communication issues in the background. There's also exes reaching out. We also have Mars transiting through Gemini. We also have Venus in Virgo. So there's all of this kind of energy that's happening in the background. Not just on a relationship level, but globally there is a lot. You can see it with what's happening globally. There is a lot happening. So let's jump into your reading today. This is very much going with the flow, but I will pull some oracle cards first just to tap into some energy there and see if you can pick up on that for yourself, my darlings. Okay then, let's go. And again, as always, if you see something that resonates, take it. But if not, leave the rest for someone else who may need to hear that message. So I want to tap in on 3 levels here, right? And see what's happening here. Spirits and guides, message for somebody who is needing to see this reading this weekend in 17 September 2022. Again, if you see this reading another time, I'm a big believer in if the message comes through to you when you are ready to receive it, all right? And so we have 3 cards coming up here. There's a little bit of noise in the background, so I'll see if I can edit some of that out. And we have got, I feel like there's another card coming through. This is really specific. Okay, we've got friendliness. These 2 trees are going to be meaningful for somebody. It's almost like a twin flame energy there, right there, isn't it, really? And this is the 2 of Cups, and this is about socializing, right? So for someone watching, there's somebody here that's feeling quite isolated. And the message coming through is that connection is there. You just have to look outside your door, your neighborhood, right? And there is something there for you. I'm going to drill down on this energy. Just give me a moment while I look at these other cards. Okay. So there's a few things coming through here. First of all, centrally, we've got that Wheel of Fortune happening, right? And it's acknowledgement from spirits and guides that people are in a bit of a state of flux at the moment. There is that sense of uncertainty. It's almost like I can see this kind of zodiac wheel here. The other 2 sides of that is King of Cups energy, right? And we've just come out of that Pisces full moon, so there has been a lot of emotions coming out from that from last weekend. And there is that bit of a fallout feeling. It just feels quite evident in the air. Then we've got this 8 of Pentacles energy, which is called ordinariness, but it's about that knuckling down and doing some of the work that needs to be done, right? And it's almost coming back to this particular energy here around, yes, sometimes you can feel isolated and wanting to connect, but also too, it's about bringing that energy into your life, like taking that active step. So even though this is a Cups card, I almost see that Wands energy there, right? So let's pull some more cards here and just drill down a little further. We've got the Lovers card. So this is definitely acknowledging that there are a few people. Okay. Energy is here. Yep. So spirits and guides are acknowledging that 2's energy, that twin flames energy. You've got the Lovers card here, right? The heart has reasons that reason cannot know. And that's the thing, when you're in the midst of some of those feelings, it's very hard to even explain it to your close friends. They can't understand. They might have felt the intensity, but sometimes they just kind of look at you like, really? You're that attracted to that particular person? You've got the Two of Swords. As a man thinketh, so is he. As a man chooseth, so is he. And I feel this is this thing here, this choice and this wheel of fortune, that we all can help navigate that wheel in our favour, right? This is about manifesting an abundance. We've got the Six of Pentacles. A man's true wealth is the good he does in this world. And I feel this is that energy too, about that connection. And when we try and focus our connection just with one person, and we're having difficulty with that, it's almost like we're butting our head against a wall. Whereas if you naturally create those connections, you know, if you're feeling that sense of separation from somebody, which I always say this, we really aren't. We have this illusion of separation, but we really aren't. But you can still express that energy in the world in other things. It might be challenging at first, but then once you get into that flow, it comes quite easy, is that message coming through from the spirits and guides there. So I want to now drill down here, because we've got that kind of energy here around acknowledgement of this twin flame energy, but more around that energy that's happening over the weekend that we can use to kind of focus on moving forward. Spirits and guides, what's the message that you have for this weekend? This reading has a very strong message here around being your own worst enemy, from that being trapped energy. This Eight of Swords energy coming through is that acknowledgement that you have the power over your fortune, right? And that emotionality of the King of Cups and then the Eight of Pentacles. If you blend those together, you almost have that, you know, meeting of your passion in another way. It needs to be expressed in another way. We've got the Seven of Swords here. And I get this sense here of being locked in an old thought pattern that's kind of putting you in a disempowered stance. And it's very hard sometimes to acknowledge that we might be the actual person that's disempowering ourselves. It's not, the power isn't with other people, it's with us, right? So okay. So something's being offered to you here in this reading, and we're going to really drill down now. And there is the energy is coming through. Okay. Somebody who's ready to listen to this message. You've got the double Six of Pentacles, and it's that, I often say with this card, it's this, I split the three and I see the three of giving, almost like you're giving and giving and giving in certain relationships. But then there's this person here that's not being looked at. And I often think of this person as your self, your shadow self, your subconscious, the future you. While you're kind of focusing on these other people, you're kind of robbing yourself and giving out, instead of saving for your future self. And this can be an emotional level, and it can also be on a monetary level as well. I often see this card as that kind of binge shopping, trying to feel better, you know, almost gambling sometimes and putting out money, trying to win more, trying to get more, trying to feel better, trying to soothe that pain, and then forgetting about that balance for your future self. It's a really strong message coming through on that. And then we've got the Hermit as well, and we have the Tower. So I feel like these cards are really these really strong cards of transformation, and sometimes they're kind of, it's that thing of, if you're ready to take on that mountain, it is worth that reward at the end of the day. And I see this as the strong dominating energy here of that connecting with others in this reading. Okay. I'll draw some more cards here. So energy is coming through. Wow, okay. And we've got Fox. So I feel like there's this sense of betrayal here. For someone who is watching, they are feeling that betrayal. You had that Seven of Swords, and I feel that key here to this reading lies around that. So it's almost like you gave and gave and gave, and you're feeling this betrayal. You're almost soothing yourself by, I kind of see this as, there's some things here that you're doing to soothe yourself that really aren't really feeding your soul. It's that going within that might be needed to move through this kind of Tower moment. And you've got the Ship, and that again is that clue here to move away from that. It's, you have to kind of accept that you've got the House. I really feel you're moving towards, if you can grasp that sense of ownership of some of those things, then moving forward will be quite easy for you, because we do have these challenges that we, you know, life is an ebb and flow, and sometimes these things come along and to challenge us because it's part of our growth. It's almost like these trees here, you know, it's when the wind blows through the trees, it actually strengthens the trunk, so that the next time that there's gusts of wind, it's much stronger and can withstand that. And even though these things are quite challenging sometimes to navigate, I feel that there's this sense of emotional maturity that will come once you navigate and do the work through this process. So I'm going to ask spirits and guides about the message coming through for you this weekend, you know, that can help you focus on perhaps moving forward through some of these challenges that you might be having from this twin flame situation. Okay. Spirits and guides, I want to tap into some messages here for those who are meant to hear them for this weekend. So I'm going to draw 3 messages here. And then some more oracle cards. Okay, well that really, well actually there's 2 here. Yep, okay. Thank you, spirits and guides, for those. That's really beautiful. And we've got, wow. And I feel that this is it. This is this turning point moment, this choices moment, this kind of love and connection here with yourself and with others. When we narrow down in one relationship, say with this twin flame situation, it's hard for us to see anything else. It's hard for us to look at any other options. And we've got here, shower of abundance. To heal your financial situation, first give us your worries concerning money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you'll allow. And I must say, this just mirrors this energy that came through. So this is a reinforcement of this, right? And then the other message coming through is around relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and let's say that's the universe, whoever you know God to be, or the universe, the divine energy. And every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then struggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall other relationships bloom and prosper. And that is so true, and I really feel that's the essence of this reading. As I said, you know, that doing the work, that 8 of Pentacles, and tapping into your emotional self and giving to yourself so that you can turn the wheel of fortune your way, you know. And then you've got release and surrender, which again is that wheel of fortune. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly, gripped within your hands. Open your hands and arms and heart to our love and assistance. And really, gorgeous hug there from the universe, and I really feel that with this ship and house. It's like that gently allowing, allow that allowing to happen, right, in your life. It's when we try and force things, we kind of hit those problems. Okay, I'm going to tap into a couple of other energies, and this one, and spirits and guides is the energy that you want to send through here. Yeah, we have this. Okay. This one first. Okay, we've got She Who Knows, Yelena, wisdom, clarity and resolution, and I really feel like that's that forward momentum here, and that really just seeing that ideal person that you want to be, what's your ideal life. And when we try and restrict, and that restrictive thought around the Eight of Swords, we kind of narrow down it, and it kind of makes us feel trapped, like, oh my goodness, if this particular relationship doesn't work out, then that's, I've somehow failed. We have She Who Doubts, Enid, fear, wariness and trust. And I believe that's it. It's this connection here about trusting that the universe, you have that relationship with your higher self and your guides. She Who Nurtures, Colette, empathy, gentleness and insight. And I really see that around that abundance energy and that giving to yourself as well. And I say this a lot about tapping into being as kind and gentle and as loving as you are to your twin flame, or the person that you're romantically interested in. The love begins with you, as this card said. All your relationships start with your own relationship with yourself. Okay? Okay, my darling. Well, if you've made it this far through this quick reading today, thank you very much for honouring me with your space today. If you would like me to do longer reads on the weekend, just let me know below, drop a comment below, that's no problem. And if you like this reading, please pop a like, because it's good for me to know if you are interested in seeing these all signs readings. I'm doing these particular readings at night time, so they're actually really nice messages to meditate on as you're going to bed and retiring for the evening, and just reflecting on ways that you can, turn that wheel of fortune the right way for you, my darling. Okay, my lovelies, as always, please take care and have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. Okay, bye-bye.